We are live from Pleasant Grove High School, third year in a row, sending off this football team to the state championship game. Todd, you've been here for all of them, man. Tell me about it.
Oh, it's exciting, definitely. We've had a big week. We've had a great season leading up to this, but this week in the building, it's just been different. Our players, our athletes, our students, our Pride in Motion band, our showstoppers, our cheerleaders, everyone is just you can feel it in the building. You can feel it in the hallways, in the cafeteria, and classrooms. It's just been a different focus, though, with our football players. You can just tell that this is the game. Ever since the end of last year, since they put in the time and effort and work and been relentless just getting after it to get back to this point, be able to go back to AT&T Stadium in Arlington and play for a state championship once again.
You know, I spent a little time with Coach Gibson this morning, and he's like, man, this almost feels like a funeral a little bit. It's the last couple of days with these guys. Yeah. You know, and the winningest group of seniors in Pleasant Grove history, and I was trying to find some other numbers. They have to be the winningest group of seniors in maybe the city of Texarkana ever.
If they're not,
quite possibly.
Quite possibly, yeah. It would be. You could very well say that, and at least in this time, in a 3-year period,
yeah,
for sure. So yes, I agree. But yeah, it's the success this year. This group of kids lost 4 games in 3 years, and But I'm just so proud of these kids. They've just done such a tremendous job. Just the way they conduct themselves week in and week out in the hallways, in the school. There are leaders in our building as well as out here on the football field, and you see them supporting one another. I know it's been mentioned, but these guys go to, when we have a theatrical production with our curtain call, they're there supporting our students. They're there at band competitions, whether they be at our stadium or another competition. They support each other, and that's one of the best things about Pleasant Grove High School is we talk about being an and school here, and these students support each other because they're all involved in different things, and we are all Pleasant Grove High School, and it's special.
Well, I was excited to see this week Coach Gibson going and talking to the band and just, making sure that they, feel appreciated for everything that they do.
Yeah.
I personally feel, when you've got a band behind you in a football game, that's a good 3 to 4 point spread.
Yeah.
As loud as they can get, it's going to be a little tougher in AT&T.
Right.
But at the Star, holy cow.
Yeah.
Our band is just loud and proud and in charge.
And last week, I told our band as well, I know Coach Gibson did, last week our band showed out. And they definitely set a standard there, and I told Mr. Deese, I said, we're going to need that and more this week at AT&T Stadium. But I remember even Coach Gibson telling me a few times it was so loud that even his head was ringing a little bit. So they definitely brought the fire this week, and we're looking forward to them doing that again. They're fired up. I went by there yesterday morning and talked to them a little bit and saw them, and they're pumped.
Speaking of this week, each week in a football season means something, and no week is more important than this week right here because this is what it's all about. It's for all the marbles. It's for those bragging rights, and I'm just excited to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but these kids, I don't know if I'll ever forget it. I know these kids aren't going to forget this week.
I've enjoyed seeing all the local businesses, everybody getting involved and getting behind the team, not just Pleasant Grove people. I've enjoyed seeing that this week.
There's been a lot of PG on marquees throughout the city.
Everywhere.
Been nice.
Well, it's good to see Texarkana supporting Texarkana.
Yeah.
Really what it comes down to. But let's talk about this matchup a little bit. Pleasant Grove's averaging, 45, almost 46 points a game in the playoffs. Wimberley, I don't have those numbers, but I do know they've lost 3 games this year. They lost to an Austin team, Navarro and Cuero, who's a 3-7 team. They did come back and beat Navarro in the playoffs, though, 42-12 or something. So I can only assume maybe they had some really good players out to lose 42-12 to them the first time.
They played Navarro in Week 8, and they held Wimberley to 97 pass yards on 25 attempts, which is a 42% passer rating.
Yeah.
They had 47 carries, but they had 264 yards rushing. So they pretty much shut down the passing.
It seems like maybe their quarterback might not have been playing that game if they were running the ball that much.
Yes, I believe so. They had a few injuries during that game, that first Navarro game.
Well, Wimberley has a little bit of trouble stopping people, and I think Pleasant Grove's going to have a lot of rushing yards against them.
I don't think you can stop the Pleasant Grove rushing. I just don't think you can. We have too many horses, too many ways to utilize them, too many misdirections we can run. There's too much experience on this football team, and then you add Ben Harmon into all that, and we're stacked on offense.
And I think that's an important point you have to make. This core group of guys, these seniors, they played 16 games 2 years ago, 16 games last year, and now this is game 16 this year. So they played, 32? I don't know. I should know the math, but
48.
They've played a season and a half, or over a half a season the last 3 years. So in the last 3 years, they played an extra season and then some. So the game experience and going back to this to AT&T Stadium, the routine with this, the way we're doing things today, it's been the same routine now for the third year in a row. So they're very, very accustomed to this, how this plays out, the stretch, the grind, as you want to call it. They've done a great job, but they're very accustomed to that. I know that does play a part in the preparation.
Is Porsche going to get to play this week?
I know he's practiced a little bit this week. He has practiced some on defense and on special teams this week.
That'll be exciting for him to be able to get back in. Exciting for everybody.
He's excited, and he's worked very hard to get back to this point to even have a chance to be able to play a little bit and make an impact. And
I think he was our Week 5 defensive MVP winner.
He was, and he's excited. He's worked, like I said, he's worked very hard to get back and have a chance to contribute. And I think that he's had a good week of practice.
How long has he been out?
He was injured in the Carthage game.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Well, that'll be good getting them back, considering Nick's going to be missing.
Yeah.
The thing that I can say about this game, again, it's going to boil down to execution, attention to detail, and who wants it the most. And from what I've seen all this year, it just seems like Pleasant Grove wants it.
Well, Pleasant Grove's going to be prepared. Coaches are going to have them prepared. The kids, they've been working on this since they lost. And so I'm excited to see how quick we can come out. It's been fun the last 2 years at state. Our offense has just been on all 8 cylinders on both of those games, and I expect to see the same tonight or tomorrow night.
Last year, how many people do you think came to that state championship game from Texarkana? We had first 2 levels basically full, right?
Yeah, they were quite.
And that was an early game.
It was the first game, so those were all local Texarkana fans.
Yeah, don't watch this game on TV. Come out to AT&T Stadium. The Hawks are going to put on a show. It is so rare for a team to go back to back to back state championship appearances. Yeah. It is so rare. I mean, this is dynasty stuff we're talking about here.
It's very special, and we want our community to come and support our students. And I know a lot of our students are going to the game and their families, and I'm fired up about that as the high school principal to see that our student body travel and come in and rally up around their classmates. And I know we're going to have a good turnout there. So that's going to be exciting. It's going to be a great atmosphere. Looking forward to painting AT&T Stadium black and gold tomorrow.
Oh, no joke. That $14 ticket will also get you in for this Carthage La Vega game, which is an 11 a.m. kickoff, and that is going to be an unbelievable football game. I mean, it's literally a pick'em game. Yeah. It's the only one that they have like that.
Yeah, and that's what's good about the way that UIL does this is you buy your ticket and it's good for the entire day. So you can go if you buy a ticket now, that you can stay for all. There are 3 games tomorrow, and it's good for all 3 games. So that's a.
Who do y'all got in that game?
Who do I have? I'm taking Carthage.
I'm taking Carthage. I know those guys. I know their preparation. I know how hard those coaches down there work. I know those kids. I know what they've put in and what the expectation they put on themselves.
I want Carthage to win, but I think La Vega is going to take it.
I think it's going to be a very physical game. Too. It's going to be a battle, and you've got over the last 5 years or since 2013. La Vega or Carthage has won state with the exception of one season, and that was a year that Navarro won it. So it'll be a great matchup. But I like Carthage to go in and take care of business. I know Coach Surratt has some few wrinkles that he'll throw out and be a good football.
I just don't hear anybody say anything nice about Waco La Vega. I mean, it's just the truth. You can go on anywhere you want to look, and it's just nobody has anything nice to say about it.
They've had some rough games.
It's going to be curious to see. They're going to be on a nationally televised game. It's going to be called clean. What's that going to look like for them? Because everything you hear about them, if it's true, this is not going to be a good atmosphere for them.
But they do have the experience. They won last year. They won the state championship there last year. So this is not a new venue for them. So.
Sure. Let's do this. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll come back with Dr. Bowman from Texarkana Emergency Center.
If you find yourself in need of emergency care, come see us at Texarkana Emergency Center. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We are locally owned with board-certified physicians for all your emergencies. We accept all private insurance. At Texarkana Emergency Center, we have on-site lab, pharmacy, x-ray, ultrasound, and CT. Come see us at Texarkana Emergency Center. Real ER without the wait. the next generation of emergency care.
We are back. We have Dr. Bowman from Texarkana Emergency Center with us. And, man, we just want to give y'all a big-time shout-out. Y'all were the very first company to come on board with us, which really kind of gave us the confidence to jump out there and spend the money on stuff we need to spend money on. I just want to thank you for it. I appreciate you being on today.
We appreciate you very much in supporting these guys, supporting this whole Pleasant Grove team. We're just very, very privileged to be able to be part of it.
Man, I think every time I come out here, I see you. You don't miss anything either, do you?
I can't miss anything. I've got a couple of cheerleaders that we tote to every game, and we're big-time supporters.
Hey, this dude's got a big-time camera, too. You know that long lens that we bought on the field? He's got the exact same one, sitting up there in the stands shooting.
We've got to capture all these memories.
That's true. That's a very good point. We'll pop back on PG in just a second. We have another East Texas team playing in the state championship game tonight at 7 o'clock, which is Paul Hewitt. Craig and I had the opportunity to go out and talk to the team earlier this week. Just really excited with kind of some of the things we learned. A lot of these kids never been in the stadium. Some of them never been to Dallas. So it's going to be probably a culture shock for them. I saw they were out there last night watching the Refugio game. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. But they're going to have tonight, if they can get 30 yards rushing, they'll be the #1 rushing team in the entire country.
We've actually got one of our nurses from Paul Hewitt he actually worked with us last night, and he's very excited. His family's very excited, and they're on the way out there now to play ball.
Y'all aren't going to schedule him for a shift tonight?
Not tonight. He gets off tonight.
We're gonna be covering the game. We'll be there. Man, they have a great coach. Great coach there. Great man. He has some great kids. I know Craig talked a little bit to him. And it'd be really great for them to come away with that W tonight. Craig, you went down there with me a couple of weeks ago, Tony.
Oh, yes, sir. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the kids. I enjoyed the atmosphere. And just like you said, I really enjoyed listening to the coach, and I loved how he ended the interview.
Oh, yeah.
That's right down my alley, man. Love that.
He had, when Craig and I went this week, he had the potential state championship rings already on everybody's locker. It's big time, man. They're nice.
I like the confidence, man. I think it breeded into the kids, and what he said, come get some, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome to me.
He was telling me they've only been picked to win one playoff game.
Really?
This year.
The thing that I took from the entire visit when we were down there is the relationship that he has with the kids. You can tell that they're a really close-knit group of guys down there, and they had some of the best chocolate pie while I was down there.
Oh, man. Hey, they had a spread down there. It was hard for Craig to stay awake when we left there.
Well, after going down there, man, I even pulled for them more. I was already pulling for them because they're from this area.
Yeah.
But going down there and meeting everybody and seeing how they do things and how they interact with their kids and how much they cared it, I enjoyed it.
We had NFL running back Trey Carsons go with us Tuesday down there, kind of talk to the team, say hi to them, sign autographs, take pictures. And, man, their running backs, they were just like, some guy came out of nowhere, and he was like, man, last time you were here, I think you rushed for like 400 yards in 3 quarters. And Trey was like, yeah, I wasn't going to bring it up. But, yeah, I had a big game that game.
Hey, Pew's got 4 pretty decent running backs themselves.
Man, they're going to have 5 running. They're going to have 5 players go over 1,000 yards rushing tonight. I think one of them needs 7 yards, the other one needs 30. 5 flip people.
And that alone is going to be the difference in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't think this matchup that Paul Hewitt's going to be held, to less than 400 yards, and they're just going to be able to grind all night long.
Yeah.
And,
Jathan Allen, if he gets I think 76, he'll go over 2,000.
Well, I can imagine anybody in their division is going to have trouble with their offensive line. There's some
big
old
kids.
boys for that size of school. I was shocked when they walked in the room.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting that either. I think their quarterback's actually a 1,000-yard rusher. I mean, it's crazy the offense they run, but Gunner's going to run a running offense as well. So it's probably going to be a really quick game.
Yeah.
I asked the quarterback, can he even throw the ball? And he was like, we try not to. So, but, man, back to PG. 3rd straight trip. You've been a part of all of them, I believe.
Yes, sir.
What are the keys to victory, you think, for Pleasant Grove?
Man, I think it's just this positive attitude that just permeates this whole school. You know, they started off the first of the year talking about Pleasant Grove's ranked number 1, and sure enough, we've held up the end of the deal to show them that we are.
I mean, just 1 week outside of number 1, right after the Carthage week, which I thought, you know, I couldn't believe we even failed a 2 after that, but got it back the week after. I've watched every YouTube video you can find on Wimberley. Their quarterback is good. They can throw the ball, and they have a good running back. I just think our defense is better.
It is.
And I think we're gonna have that's right. We're gonna have a big game rushing. I think Bruce, KJ, and possibly Logan are all 100 yards in this game.
Well, our defense,
I think we're going to have our way with them.
Our defense is better, and their defense is not going to hold us. I think we're going to score above 50.
I think the key to this is going to be our offensive line. How well are they going to do in the trenches? And I have all the confidence in them. I mean, you don't get the kind of rushing yards Pleasant Grove has without a great offensive line.
And this is not the best defense we've played all year. So,
No.
Coach Warren's definitely going to have his team coached up. McCullum, the quarterback for Wimberley's going to try to pass. He's got over 3,500 yards right in there.
Yeah.
But we have the X factor in Sergio Rodriguez.
Yeah.
He's going to play good pass coverage like he's been playing week to week. So I expect us to pull it out.
I feel like there's been teams that think they're going to go out and try to pick on Sergio, and this just doesn't happen. I mean, he's too good. You know, he just, when you look out there, you might think like the guy last week, number 11, I can't think of his name.
Brody Ray.
You know, that guy had a huge season. He didn't do anything against Sergio.
I think Sergio's got better as the seasons went on in the backfield, in my opinion, too.
Yeah.
He's better right now than he was at the beginning of the season.
Oh, yeah.
He's got better as he
I'd put
went on.
Sergio up against anybody.
And by the end of the game, Brody was basically patting Sergio on the head every time Sergio, knocked the ball away. So, I mean, he gave Sergio some props by the end of the game. At the beginning of the game, there was some back and forth between the two, but Sergio earned, the right to be able to shut him down and help the Hawks win.
And
that
that's the
game.
thing. They're probably going to score, but Pleasant Grove has to make them earn those scores. We don't want to give up those quick touchdowns.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think Pleasant Grove's going to put up the 45-49 like always. We may even score more because I'm sure he's not going to take the starters out. 70. Man, it's hard for 70 over there. I just can't imagine somebody scoring 28 or more on us. But before we leave this segment, Logan Johnson, just absolutely went off last game.
I was proud of him.
And we had talked about him all season, how good we thought he was. He got out there and shined. Really proud of him. I think he had well over 200 yards total offense, 3 touchdowns. Saturday he came out to our Christmas event and took pictures with kids, him and Landon, Jackson Cobb, Bruce Garrett. I'm certainly going to miss him. Sergio came out, a bunch of them. Shout out to them for doing that.
Real quick.
This is a great football team with high character players.
I enjoy watching Logan. To me, when you get him out in the open field, he's really dangerous. He's got great hands as a receiver also.
Just real quick, Pleasant Grove's known for going full tilt, but these fans, they want them to go full throttle as well. They want them to put up 70 points. Full tilt, full throttle, I guess.
You got to like that dude, right?
Yeah, I do like him. I have to get him on. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with Superintendent Pirtle. Appreciate it, Dr. Bowman. Thank you.
Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful, handcrafted stone is our passion, and we ensure our customers receive the quality they deserve. We stand by our word, we stand by our products, services, and work that we do. Our team of experienced craftsmen and product experts have been perfecting their craft of fabricating and installing stone since 1998. Visit the Design Center at Red River Lumber to see the many beautiful stone options available for your next project.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire good people. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills for the right jobs. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
We got the band going. Good times.
There's a big difference in the sun and then the shade.
Oh, no joke. I thought the sun would be over us by now. So, Mr. Pirtle, I'm assuming this has been a really busy week for you.
This has been an especially busy week. Just getting ready for this game. It's the last week of the semester. Just a lot of things to get tied up with the elementary school and some decisions that have to be made there. But it's been a great week.
If y'all don't know, Mr. Pirtle's a championship-winning offensive coordinator. The coach going to let you call any plays tomorrow?
For first and second grade flag football,
That was defense.
That's right. Got to start them early.
That was defense. that won that game.
I've begged Coach Gibson for just like a quarter. Let me call a quarter, and he won't let me have it. So I figure
Tell him you
probably,
got experience.
It's probably better off that way because we give it to the fast kid and let him beat everybody else down the field.
Well,
Coach Gibson actually has strategy in his.
I think Coach Gibson does the same thing.
There's a method to his madness.
So what's going to be the keys to victory for this game?
I think. I don't know. I think turnovers, third down conversions, explosive plays. I think in any football game,
You've been watching the NFL Countdown.
I've always believed that those are the big three right there. If you win explosive plays, you win turnovers, and you win third down conversions.
Speaking of NFL, how about Sergio and You Got Mossed?
National recognition right there.
That's big time.
Yeah, thanks to you guys for putting that out there.
Oh, man.
And it's pretty neat to see Pleasant Grove High School on national television.
I should have put a note in there, Randy, I'll take Sergio over you any day.
Did see one meme that had Jerry Jones said, "Well, I found my next receiver."
Yeah.
And it was Sergio.
One of the coaches put a thing what's going on. I was like, I'm going to tell my kid that this was OBJ. Pitcher Sergio. All right, so we're averaging around 45, 46 points a game. Wimberley's putting up around the same amount. I don't feel like they're playing the same competition that Pleasant Grove has been playing. They have 3 losses on the year. One of those, I guess their quarterback was not playing in that game. They even lost to Cuero, which was a 3-17, and a 3-7. I thought that was pretty odd. But they've been on a run in the playoffs. But I think we played 13 state-ranked teams this year.
Have they played more than one?
I've looked at the schedule. I couldn't find where they played a state-ranked team.
The only ones they played were in the playoffs. I think it was 2 of them.
But I want to encourage you, don't overlook Wimberley.
Of course.
I'm from Central Texas. I'm familiar with Wimberley. We used to play them a lot down there, and they are tough kids, smart kids, fast kids, well-coached kids, and they will get after you. Yeah. So I can assure you Pleasant Grove is not overlooking the Wimberley Texans. And
quarterback's really good. Have a great running back. They have a great passing game.
The quarterback can run it too. I mean, he's pretty quick on his feet too. So
they're pretty loaded team.
I just think this is a game. If experience comes into play,
I think Wimberley would have to play a perfect game. Is that possible? Always, but I think they're going to have to play perfect football.
And Pleasant Grove continues with the rushing attack they have, not turning the ball over, which that's their big thing. They don't want to give possessions away. I just don't think anybody could stop Pleasant Grove's run on the Division II side.
Let me tell you what's awesome here. You look out and you see the buses, and you see Texarkana Emergency Center ambulance down there, and Texarkana Fire Department, and Pleasant Grove Volunteer Fire Department, and I'm sure police are around here somewhere to lead the escort. You see hundreds of fans back there. You see Mr. Waddlington back there waving his hand, and then you have Pride in Motion Band, the Showstoppers, our cheerleaders. Let me tell you, we talk about the football team and how many games that they've played, but there's no band or Showstoppers or cheerleading team that has been to more football games in the last 3 years than in Pleasant Grove. Yep. And our fans. There's nobody that's been to more football games than our fans in the past 3 years also.
Hey guys. What's going on, bro? Speaking of Sergio on You Got Moss, shout out to my man Ben Harmon on that pass. Yeah. And we may have another one end up on You Got Moss this week. D-Hops. I got an email back this morning and they asked me to send it to him again. So might have another one on there.
Yeah, and on some of those passes last week, Ben had somebody right in his face. Yeah.
Standing in there and taking the shot.
Standing there and taking it and delivering that ball right where it needs to be.
I just got nervous when they walked behind me. I don't know why.
We have some big dudes behind us.
Big old shadows.
So what do you think Kansas' victory are for them? Anything we hadn't talked about?
I don't think so. I expect us to go and play a very disciplined game and with no turnovers. And Ben is going to have a very efficient game in the passing game. I expect us to have maybe 500-600 yards.
Oh, wow. That'd be big time. All right, well, let's do this. The man that can tell us what the keys to victory are, let's take it to Coach Gibson, and we'll get this send-off started.
Either way, you got it. Either way, you tell me to go or you roll it. Got some notes. You ready? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome, Pleasant Grove, to the 2019 State Championship Football Send-Off. It's certainly a great day to be a Hawk. We have an exciting time here planned for you before our football team, Coach Gibson, the players, and our football team head out. We have a couple special guests here with you. Mayor, former mayor, maybe some players, Coach Gibson, that are going to be here with you to share a few thoughts and ideas. But we're gonna do a great job of cheering these guys on and sending them off to bring back a state championship to Pleasant Grove. Before I introduce our next speaker, I want to just recognize our assistant coaches around. A lot of times we talk about Coach Gibson, and he's worthy of all of that, but I just want to recognize the work of our assistant coaches and also their families and what they give to the program. And so give them some love, please. All right, up next, I'm going to introduce somebody that is full tilt all the time, puts his heart and soul into everything he does here. Your head football coach and athletic director, Coach Josh Gibson.
Appreciate it, Mr. Pirtle. I'm going to read for some notes. I got a lot of people to thank, and our program does, and so I'm going to go through this. We're going to start at the top with our superintendent, Mr. Pirtle. Our administration is unbelievable and gives us an opportunity to be the best in state. So let's give them a round of applause real quick. Super thankful for him and all of our admin at the top. A guy who's already on his way to state because he's supporting the Brahmas tonight is Derek Sibley. He's behind the scenes a lot, but y'all see the things that he posts on Facebook. And if there's a guy who loves Pleasant Grove through and through and promotes our district, it's him. And he's in the finance office. He cuts the checks so that we can ride these buses and eat great meals. We really appreciate him. He's awesome. Amy Pickleman somewhere out here. She keeps my head on straight. She's our athletic secretary, and she busts her tail for us and does a lot of dirty work and doesn't get paid much at all. So give her a hug. She's got to put up with me all the time. Really thankful for Miss Pickleman. Shelby DeMuth-Aiken, she's been all over this week trying to help boost our program and support us, and she was running around from school to school with the guys this week, and just really thankful for the efforts that she's given us as well this week. Let's give her a round of applause. All right, we're getting there. At our high school, every day we connect with the high school principal. It's really important to have support at your school. And there's horror stories out there about coaches and principals that don't get along. And our principal is unbelievable. He's an ex-coach, but he's about kids. He loves kids. Todd Marshall has been huge for our staff this year, encouraging us. And he wrote a letter this week that I think really captures what our program's all about. I could have read that and just rolled out of here, but I'm thankful for him and all that he's done for us this year. Three other groups that I'm going to hit. One, Texarkana Game Day. They're here today. They've helped spread the PG brand. We've seen videos go over 10,000 hits this year across the nation, and spreading the PG brand's good for all of us, and we couldn't do it without them, so we're super thankful for everything that they've done. They'll be down there at state with us. Y'all give them a round of applause. And then there's a ton of companies. There's a ton of companies in Texarkana that support PGISD and our athletic program. But just like these guys, there's some guys that go out there and get all state. We've got two that step up and support us financially and support our coaches and our kids when things bump up. I mean, I've taken calls at 10:30 at night or gone on the line at 10:30 at night with a president of our bank at Farmers Bank and Trust, and that is James Bramlett and his staff. What they do for us and what they do for our district is amazing. You'll see Farmers Bank and Trust on everything, and they've just been awesome. And then Texarkana Emergency Center, even through this week, just taking care of our boys. But every week they're doing something for our district, and that stuff is I don't know how we could say thank you. It wouldn't be enough for what they do for us, but we'll do our best to recognize them and say thank you for all that. Our booster club, yeah, give them a round. They deserve it. Our booster club is led by a booster club president that you could tag full tilt and heart and soul on him. Never seen a couple like Quinn and Irene Stanfield since I've been a part of it. If you were going to build the perfect ones, that's what they look like. And there's a lot of parents that get involved in that booster club. Miss Muller, the LeGrands, the Carpenters have always been big supporters through that thing. But I just want to give a shout out to our booster club and tell you thank you for making our kids feel like they're the best in state. We're really thankful for that. And there's two last groups. One is you guys, the fans. 3 years ago, there he is right there. There's some big boy football that showed up today. Go on and give us one real quick. Yeah. If they don't know, they will know. He'll let them know. But 2 years ago in 17, we played a team that had 40 wins, and they had the longest streak in Texas, and they were 2 decks high. And our coaches were just like, hey, man, you need to turn around and look back. And Hawk Nation filled up 3 decks. I mean, we had the first, the second, and the third level. And that's when it was easy to understand how important, our school district and our kids are to this community. That's continued. We've driven 3 hours to games this year when some of our opponents have driven 35 minutes and doubled the crowd size with our fans. So thank you for supporting these guys. Thank you for everything you do. That's why I think football's such a special game. It brings so many people together, and we're really thankful for your support, the family and fans. You're awesome. Last group is these guys behind me, the football players, and this day's been hard on me because we got about 30 hours left with 21 of them. And as parents, you know how hard it is when a kid leaves you their senior year and you're sending them off into the world. And, we got 21 guys that are going to be leaving us. There's a big void that this program is going to go through. And we got other guys that come back and, we get to focus on them and give them their time. But the epitome of heart and soul is what they've given us. I've never seen guys look up and say, Coach, we'll do anything you want us to do, and do it to the best of their ability, and then ask for more and ask for more. But they do it. They do it with their heart. They do it with love. Every last one of these seniors that made it all the way through our program have built a legacy here, and we've got a great junior class right behind them that really knows what we're about. I think as a junior class, they've been one of the best of kind of buying in at an earlier age and doing it before they turn into seniors. So you put these groups together, and we've got a really special team and a special program. But these guys right here, give them a round for putting their heart and soul into this community and this program. They're going to go out as the winningest class in Pleasant Grove history, and we're thinking they're going to be 44-4 over the last 3 years. A playoff record would be 17-1 if we take care of business tomorrow, which is insane. It's unbelievable. But the thing that we put on them this year was to grow and impact the school district and our school as much as they can to grow as young men, and they've done that. They've done that on the field. They've done it off the field, and I'm really proud of them. This is the 2019 football program, and we will see you at state, right? Let's rock and roll. I got Sergio Rodriguez. You might have seen him on ESPN a couple of times this week. That's where some of our players, that some of their footage ends up, and it's because of these guys over here. But where is Sergio Rodriguez? Where's he at? Hey, so true story. This happened this week. Guy comes in from Midwestern State, Division II program. He says, hey, we just offered a receiver for Midland Greenwood. And I said, what number was he? He said 11. I knew which one it was. He was playing safety on that play. I said, you see him on ESPN last night? He said, no, I didn't see him. I said, here, I'll show it to you. I brought out my phone. I said, he just got mossed by Sergio. You need to give this dude an offer. All right, here's Sergio Rodriguez.
How are y'all today? Y'all ready for tomorrow? I just want to say thank y'all to this community, Texarkana Game Day, especially our band, cheer, and showstoppers always supporting us, and the fans for coming out wherever. And I can't wait for tomorrow. See y'all there.
All right, we got one more guy coming up here. He is the cover boy for the state of Texas, the whole entire state of Texas. 4A quarterback Ben Harmon. Bring him on up.
First off, there's so many people that I could name down right now and thank and just be blessed to have. But I want to start with the band. It wouldn't be Friday night with football without the band and the juice that they apply, and they get us going every time we get out there for pregame. And couldn't ask better out of them. And our cheerleaders, they're also very, very supportive. And Shara comes up with great, routines that they do, and they get us going too for the pep rally. So, and same goes with Mr. Priest and the Showstoppers. Can't thank them enough, and extremely thankful for them. But these past 4 years, you can't ask for a much better outcome. These last 4 years, especially these last 3 years. And as the seniors coming down as the winningest class, it means so much to us. As a class, because we've been talking about, especially tomorrow, since we're in the 3rd and 4th grade, and to play our last football game as a Hawk and putting on that black and gold, it's going to be a bittersweet moment once we win it all. Thank y'all.
Okay. Hey, real quick, I know Mr. Pirtle did it a minute ago. And one more group. If I get the assistant coaches to jump out here in front real quick, come on out. So I'm pretty sure that their house is kind of similar to mine, where when you're at home and you're not there much at this time of year, you're probably a hollow shell of yourself. And I know I have been with my wife, and I'm super thankful for her. But I'm thankful for the other wives, too, to let these guys go full tilt in football and put so much time into it. And they know they're about to get their husbands back in a day and a half for a little bit. But the wives have been so important to us and supportive, and the kids that are up here all the time. We let the little Bebe's kids run around and raise Cane around here, and they do it, too. I mean, they get into about everything. But these guys love your boys like they're your own, and I'm just really thankful for the impact that they've had in their lives and the relationships that they build. So let's give them a big round of applause. All right, so here he is. We're going to bring up the president of Farmers Bank, the ex-mayor. He's full tilt. All right, James Bramlett, put your hands together for him. Thank you, brother.
It's an honor to be here today, to be a part of this great school district, to be a part of this great community, because it's all about teamwork. And each and every one of you from Texarkana are part of this team. Because tomorrow, you guys, you don't just represent Pleasant Grove, you represent Texarkana, USA. And this entire community, I don't care what school district you're a part of today, tomorrow, they're all going to be part of the Hawk team, sitting in those stands, supporting you 100%. Is Trent Kelly here? Where's Trent? Trent?
Oh, yeah, Trent.
And what about Preston Wakefield? Is Preston out here in the crowd? I want to read something that's really important, and it was addressed to Trent. And I'm not much on Facebook, as most of you who know me know that. But I got on Facebook last night to see the team effort, how Josh pulls everybody in, how Mr. Purtle pulls everybody in, how this team has pulled everybody in this district together. And Preston Wakefield had written a letter and wanted to make darn sure that Trent knew about it. And it goes to Trent and it goes to this entire team. I hope you do an amazing job this Friday. You have done an outstanding job so far. I will be going to the state championship, and I will be rooting for you. I also hope you, the Hawks, win state championship. Something even more important, even if you lose, just try and be happy and have fun. That's so important for each and every one of you guys, from this young gentleman right here, addressing it to Trent, addressing it to the team. That's the way everybody feels. You've got our full support 100% tomorrow. Trent, pleasure. This whole district has come together under the leadership of Chad Pert on his team, Josh Gibson and his entire team. And I wanted to read something here, and we'll close with this. It's something I believe Josh is already familiar with. It's about building leaders for the future. It's about tomorrow, when you guys graduate this year in 2020. It's hard to say. Leaders aren't born, they're made. That's what you're doing. You're making leaders for the future. And they're made just like anything else, through hard work. And that's the price we have to pay to achieve that goal, or any goal. Vince Lombardi. That's the message for you young gentlemen tomorrow. To go full tilt, 100%, heart and soul. Bring us home a state championship, guys. We're with you all the way.
Yeah, Mr. Bramlett was bringing it. So we got the former mayor up here. Now we're going to get the current mayor up here. Mayor Brigham is going to send us off. Welcome him up here. Let's go, baby.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is such an exciting day in our community. 3 years in a row that we've had a send-off for the Hawk football team. I think that deserves a round of applause. The great Hawk athletic program is just another great example of the great community that we live in Texarkana, USA. And so on behalf of the city, we wish the team the best of luck tomorrow. We know that you'll bring back a state championship. We're so very proud of you. The council's proud of you, the staff. We have our police department personnel here, fire department personnel, to have a procession as we head west toward a state championship in Arlington, Texas. We look forward to seeing you all tomorrow, and have a great afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. We good? Anything? All right, Hawk Nation, we're going to turn our guys loose. They're going to come out there, hug some necks for about 3 or 4 minutes, then we're going to load a bus. So if you want to get a picture with them, encourage them, wish them luck, they're coming your way. We appreciate you. We love you so much. Go Hawks. Let's go, baby.